Hello, 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 hello. How are you guys doing? Hopefully we're live. I mean, the chat seems to confirm that we're live. Hopefully you guys are good. It's been a while. It's been a long while. It's been 9 months since I last streamed. So we're going to talk all about just various bits and pieces today. This will be going live on YouTube as well as a video probably. So if you're watching on YouTube, hello. Firstly, let's get Football Manager up on screen, shall we? It's been a little while since I've opened Football Manager, but here we are. And yeah, hopefully the audio is all good and stuff. I'm sure you guys can tell me if it's completely off. Yeah, it's been a long time since we're here today. We're just going to stream for a little while. I don't know how long we're going to stream for. Just as long as I'm feeling it, really, which I don't know how long it's going to be. You'll notice that we are taking on United in the Champions League, at least immediately. So, obviously, Liverpool v United just happened live. Liverpool fan. It was an okay game, actually. You know, sometimes when you lose against United as Liverpool, it's... obviously, it's not good to lose, but I feel like the game itself was actually pretty entertaining as far as football goes. I think there's a few 50-50 decisions which definitely could have gone one way or the other, but actually, I enjoyed watching a game of football which Liverpool lost, which might sound a little bit odd. But yeah, hopefully we're all good. The audio bounce is okay. I'll be honest, it's been weeks since I last opened this save, so I don't actually know what we're doing other than the fact United is happening. Who have I got available? Okay, so Chevalier's injured. Ducasse is injured. Man, maybe, now I know why I stopped playing. Everyone was injured. But yeah, hopefully everyone is okay today. Obviously, it has been a little while since I've put anything out on YouTube, or obviously even longer since I last streamed. To be honest, I've just been enjoying playing some other games. I'm fortunate, I guess, to be in a position where YouTube isn't my full-time job. You know, if I'm not enjoying Football Manager, or if there's other stuff that I'd rather be doing, you know, I don't feel like I have to do that. Obviously, if you're someone who watches the YouTube series and has been watching it, I do apologise. Obviously, I understand the frustration of getting into a series that then just kind of stops abruptly. I guess unofficially, this will be episode 50 if you're watching this, either on Twitch or on YouTube. But yeah, we're just kind of going to see how we get on. It should be a good bit of fun. And, well, I'm hoping that we can do okay in the Champions League. Because if I remember correctly, yeah, you can see here, PSG 16 points ahead. There's a little bit of a gap there emerging. So there's a little bit of a concern. I don't think we're going to be able to turn that around with 10 games left of the season. So I guess the aim's got to be to stay ahead of Monaco, who I lost to 4-1 apparently. And Diarra got sent off. Okay. We scored in the first minute as well. I don't remember playing that game. It was a little bit odd. Do you ever get that when you come back to a Football Manager save after a bit of a break and you just kind of, you don't know where you're at? Because that's how I feel right now coming back to this. I feel like it's going to take me a little bit of a period of time just to kind of get back to up to speed, I guess, with exactly where I was at with all of this. But yeah, hopefully you guys could. I have no idea how many people are going to watch today. Obviously, as I said, this will be up on YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, hello. Hopefully you do enjoy this. Who knows? Maybe we'll do some more streaming. I'm actually considering streaming more often, maybe stuff other than FM, which I know would probably not go down that well with everyone. But there's other games which I'm enjoying playing at the moment, which, I don't know, I think they could be interesting to stream, but I don't know. I thought about streaming them, but it kind of felt a bit shitty to do that without at least streaming some FM and just explaining where stuff is. Okay, apparently I was signing Bakayoko. Okay, I don't... How much am I offering him? So, contract was expiring at Chelsea. I feel like I remember that this happening now. What did I give him? 60k a week for a 3-year contract. With lots of bonuses. I feel like I was thinking about playing him at centre-back. Would that have been the case? So I think about playing him at ball-playing centre-back. I think I was. Because everyone on YouTube was telling me that Diarra was rubbish. Which, I mean, it's not necessarily factually incorrect, but I want French players. I think that's what I was thinking. But 60 grand, I feel like that's like highest earner. Yeah. But he is taking half of his wage as a cut. And he is French. I really like some poor matches, really consistent. Past Jack, I'm going to trust your judgment because clearly you know more about why we were signing him than I do. What other games have we been playing? So I've really been enjoying Overwatch, which I know is a weird thing to say, but I kind of just enjoy playing that with some friends. You know, it's kind of a chilled out game to play. I've been playing a lot of Battalion 1942. Although that's actually slowed down a little bit as of late. I was like playing with a squad. We've been playing in some of the cups at weekends and like, you know, doing scrims and stuff. But to be honest, that's slowed down a little bit. But I've been enjoying Battalion, playing it. I've also been playing some Dirty Bomb, really just a lot of first-person shooters. For people who don't know, like I've been playing, like shooters are behind. Is Football Manager its own genre? I guess Football Manager is my favourite genre of video game, if you can call it that. I don't want to say sports sims are, because I've tried stuff like Out of the Park Baseball and I just didn't really enjoy it. But behind that kind of first-person shooters, team-based games, I really, really enjoy. I even played some Counter-Strike yesterday. Right, Manchester United in the Champions League. I need to concentrate here. This is a big game for us. I need to concentrate here. Right, Manchester United at home. I didn't even check my team. I just assumed that Past Jack had sorted this out, which it looks like he had done. So thank you, Past Jack, for thinking ahead. But yeah, I want revenge over United after that Liverpool game. I mean, we're probably going to get beaten by them now. I should point out, I'm not necessarily expecting to beat them here in the Champions League knockout stages. Like, this would be pretty good. You know, it's little old Sochaux. We're not the biggest team in the world, but we're going to try and make things happen. Obviously, someone did say, what is that tactic? It's a great question. It's just a mess, isn't it? But I've not actually played on the latest Football Manager update, so I don't know if it works in the match engine. I don't even know if the match engine got any tweaks with the January update. Does anyone know if it did? I mean, I assume it did because it always does, but that does mean the tactic might not work anymore. I guess we'll find out, won't we? Ball whipped in. Oh my god, goalkeeper, just get it out. Who is it in goal for us? Is it Lafont? It is Lafont. Have I played Rainbow Six? I haven't. I thought about playing Rainbow Six Siege, but to be honest, it's just not really... I don't want to say it's not my kind of game, but there's other games that are very similar in a lot of ways in terms of being hero or class-based that I enjoy more. And having played those games a lot and enjoying the gunplay more, I feel like the commitment that's required to learn what every character and hero or whatever does is just way more hassle than it's worth if I'm not going to play the game that much. That might sound a little bit odd. I feel like it's quite a commitment with hero-based games to kind of learn what they all do. I really enjoy playing Dirty Bomb, to be honest, as dead as that game is. I might even stream that a little bit later, kind of this evening or something after a bit of a break. But that and, you know, Overwatch kind of, I feel like they fill that void for me, along with Battalion, which obviously isn't class-based, but I don't know. Like, Rainbow Six Siege, to me, it just doesn't look like the kind of game I'd necessarily enjoy as much. Which might sound a little bit odd, because I'm sure if I gave it a go, I would enjoy it, but I probably wouldn't ever get invested in it enough to get really good at it. And I'm the kind of person who, when I play a game, I want to be as good as I can be at it. I like to really grind it out and practice. Anyway, at half-time, we've not had any real chances here, but it's 0-0, which we will happily take. So let's see how we get on here. I'm far from pleased, boys. Second half, I mean, at least TAA is doing okay for us. I've been playing a lot of Fortnite as well, and PUBG. Like, I don't know. Like, there's loads of games that I could probably stream. I don't know if people would be interested, but I know for a fact that I've always built my viewership and stuff off Football Manager, and I feel like if I was to ever stream anything else, like half the comments would be people stopping by going, why are you not doing Football Manager? Especially when I've been on a break from doing Football Manager on YouTube. It's kind of weird because I never really planned to have a break from Football Manager on YouTube, but it's one of those things where the longer you go without doing a video, the harder it becomes to do a video again, even if it's just a video to say, look, I'm not really feeling it at the moment. You know, I've had about a month off playing Football Manager in general. I feel like maybe now's a better time to come back and start enjoying it more. As we do get a goal, that's going to help me enjoy it more. Melee with the goal, Andre Almeida with the assist. That was pretty good, wasn't it? 1-0 up, we're loving it. Like, I could stream stuff like PUBG and Fortnite, but I don't know if people want to watch it. Like, even stuff like Dirty Bomb, which is a game I really, really enjoy playing. Like, it's not the biggest game in the world. It's free to play on Steam, and I will always be a sellout and tell everyone that they should go and play it, or at least try it out. I'm sure there's loads of... maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the people who are here rather than the people who are on YouTube, because I would like to think that if you're watching this now, you must enjoy something about me personally, and it's not just that you're here for Football Manager. But maybe I could stream other games, because that's what I have been doing with my free time. Like, people don't necessarily realise this. Well, I hope they do, but like, YouTube is not my job. Like, it's not my career. Like, I have a job that I work 9 till 6, which involves daily video editing, and there are ultimately just phases and days where I get home from work, and the last thing I want to do is just sit and edit and record a video. Like, streaming's really nice because you just kind of hit one button, you're live, and if you've got the energy to go, it's nice and easy. And you know, there's not really a set way of doing things or a set length or quality that people expect. Whereas doing YouTube, especially with Football Manager, where you obviously play between episodes and stuff, it's such a big time commitment. Like, people don't realise it. You know, they think, oh, so Millet score. It's 2-0. It's 2-0 against Manchester. I mean, we're loving it. We're now going to bottle it in the away leg, but we're doing okay. I'm going to make some changes here. I'm going to bring in Agude for Kubik. Ducasse and Chevalier injured as well, so this is a really good performance. And Bula will bring in, and Almada is struggling. I think we'll keep him on for now. Yes, there will be a replay available this stream. I'm also recording it locally, because this will kind of, I think, unofficially be episode 50 of the Sochaux save. So if you do miss this, don't worry, it'll be up on YouTube. I've got a music playlist on in the background, which I'm actually tempted to mute now I think about it, just because I don't want the Twitch VOD to get muted at certain points. Obviously, it doesn't really matter for YouTube because I'll re-upload the whole thing. Anyway, let's see what we can do. Emile for the hat-trick. Never mind. For a second, I believed. Unfortunately, it's gone. Sorry if I'm like talking very quickly here. I feel like there's a lot I want to talk about. But anyway, very pleased. 2-0 win against Manchester United in the Champions League. That could be that. If we can get an away leg goal, that could be really good. And obviously, it's only the first knockout round. Manchester United are very, very strong in this kind of save. You can see their team here. It's scarily good, you could say. But yeah, this is my first time playing on the new Football Manager update, so I don't really know how things are going to go. Andre Almeida wants a new contract. Sack your agent, mate. Good man. Good. The players love me. Almeida gets rid of Grassa. I don't know if that's how you'd say that guy's name. Hey Morgan C, how's it going, dude? So we've got Bakayoko joining us at the end of the season. I mean, we're loving it. Mile's really good, isn't he? Is Ducasse going to be back? He's out for 4 to 9 days. When do we play United? There's actually a bit of a break. We've got a few easier games in here now against Troyes, Metz. It's actually quite a long way away, which should be in a good little spot. How are you guys all doing anyway? Are you guys still playing Football Manager? That's a really weird question to ask, but the reason I ask it is because obviously I'm someone who... I feel like this is a normal thing. Maybe it's not. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like most people who play Football Manager go through a phase of a few months every year where they don't play the game, where they kind of just take a break from it all. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am. Like, that's kind of the way that I always played the game before doing YouTube and stuff, is that I would just have breaks from the game where maybe I'm not feeling a save, or maybe, you know, just feeling a bit burnt out. And I don't know, I feel like there's an expectation if you're doing YouTube and stuff, obviously on Football Manager, that you don't have those kind of periods where you have a rest. Obviously, like for me, if I play Football Manager for fun, I do YouTube for fun, so if I'm not feeling it naturally, I feel like taking a break. But at the same time, I'm sure if you have those kind of breaks, you understand that you don't really know when you're going to start enjoying the game again. Like, maybe you open it a few times, the game, and you just don't really get into it, and you know, you have a few more weeks off, and eventually it just kind of clicks again. I feel like I'm just in one of those phases at the moment. So yeah, if people are watching this, obviously, it's, I mean, it's looking at the chat, it seems like most people kind of know what I'm talking about here. That's kind of the phase I'm at the moment. I even tried just like last week when the transfer update came out, just having a bit of a play then. Couldn't really get into it, which is odd. And obviously, the thing is, and it's kind of tricky, obviously, with the nature of me doing YouTube and stuff, is I don't want to do one video, kind of force myself to play for the sake of one video that I then put out, you know, say episode 50 came out of the Sochaux save, and then again there's like another long period of blackout where there's like no videos because I'm just not actually enjoying it and I've only forced myself to play it for the sake of it. But anyway, things are going okay at the moment here. We've just beaten, you know, we've got Troyes up next, and then Metz in the French Cup. Hopefully we can get a win today, although, as is the way with Football Manager, we will probably now lose to Troyes, having beaten United. Right, what do we want to do? I mean, do we want to rotate our team for the game against Troyes? Maybe. I guess Ducasse isn't going to be fit, and neither Chevalier, which is a little bit of a pain. I'm hoping they'll be back for that PSG game. They're in a bit of a tricky spot at the moment. Why is our first team so big? Oh, it's because I've got all the youth players here. It's still a very big team. So Diarra is suspended. Now, I could play Perez, but obviously he is just in on loan from PSG. And Zagadou, are you back fit? You were out injured for a little bit. You're fit enough. We'll bring it. I think we'll bring in Zagadou. Obviously, we brought him in January, if I'm not mistaken, for £10 million, which is a big fee to pay. But one thing I do want to make sure we do here at Sochaux is continue to have French players in the side. Just because I feel like it's definitely something I've done with all of my series on YouTube, and it's the way I play Football Manager is naturally. I usually just like to just kind of get the best players in I possibly can, and sometimes that's at the detriment of kind of having players from the nation that I'm managing in. In terms of the team, do I want to change anything? I'm not sure if I do. Obviously, Almeida's in the side because Chevalier is injured. Chevalier's back, but he's not really 100% fit. I guess we'll have him on the bench. Could play Danny Agude. The youngster's been really, really good from what I remember. What's he done? 4 goals in 7 in the league. We're playing Troyes, who are towards the bottom of the table. I'm going to give Millet a bit of a rest. Kind of want to protect players for the PSG game coming up. Can I show Rainy Adelaide? Sure. Here he is. 24 years old. 2 appearances for France this season since he started playing for us. 3 goals. Like, really punching above his weight. We brought him in for £7 million. And he scored a goal every other game from left mid. And an average rate of 7.5 is pretty blooming good. So, yeah, we're looking okay. Let's see what we can do. Passionate. I mean, did that literally say Troyes are the worst? Troyes have the worst form in the league. So if we bottle this, it's on me, and I've completely screwed up somewhere. Do I tend to run asymmetric tactics? To be honest, this asymmetric tactic more so came out the fact that I wanted a system that played 2 strikers, but I also had some very talented wingers, and I didn't want to be in a system where I don't really like playing 4-4-2 with kind of 2 wide attacking midfielders and 2 strikers, so it was kind of about finding a compromise. On top of that, I had a very, very good right wing back in, it's ironic because he's not actually playing at the moment, but actually at the moment we've got Alexander-Arnold there. But we had a very talented kind of set of right wing backs, so it kind of made sense to try and have a right wing back, and it kind of just fell together with the pieces that we had. Anyway, Agude with an assist, Kubik with a goal, so that's pretty nice. I have also found that kind of playing with the complete forward on this right-hand side, he really does a lot for the kind of team, especially with kind of the wing-back on the overlap. They work really nicely together. Hey, Tipsy Spinder, how's it going, dude? Right, can we get a goal? Zagadou. It's not going to fault him, but Felix is there. Can we get it back in the mix out? Almeida? That was Almada. Do you know how complicated it is having a player called Almada and a player called Almeida? Because, like, it blows my mind. Like, it's not easy in live commentaries to kind of, I guess, keep track of it all. Anyway, let's see what we can do here. Kubik out wide. This is that complete forward. You know, he drops into the pocket to space out wide. Thought he's dispossessed this time. And this is where we do have a problem, because the right wing back pushes up, and naturally we're a little bit of a hole that we have to try and fill. Although, knowing Football Manager, I was about to say it'll be a shot that just gets smashed wide of the mark, and it's exactly that. How long have we been streaming for? We've been streaming for about 20 minutes. So you've not missed too much. Well, I say you've not missed too much. You've missed us play Manchester United in the Champions League. and win 2-0 actually in the home leg. So that was really good to keep a clean sheet in the first knockout round. Rainy Adelaide finished that. There you go. Someone saying he never performed for him. There you go. That's him performing for me. And Zagadou with the assist as well. Very expensive £10 million centre-back, Zagadou, but he's doing the business for us today. We got Cubic. For some reason when I see Cubic I think of Rubik's Cubes, but I don't know why. I feel like Cubic... Was there a TV show called like Cubics or something on Cartoon Network years ago? I feel like there's a really loose link there in the back of my mind. Let's not talk about that, Geordie. Let's not talk about the Liverpool result against United. Although, as I said right at the start of the stream, I actually quite enjoyed watching the game. I was disappointed, obviously, with the result. But it was an entertaining game of football. I thought it was quite interesting seeing what both Klopp and Mourinho did as the game progressed. Okay, well, that's hit the back. That's crept in. Did not expect that shot to go in from Yuan. I feel like Lafont shouldn't get beaten at the near post, but I'm not going to judge him too much. You can see Dignom. I don't know. I can't speak French. I've forgotten how to pronounce everything in French now. I did have a cheat sheet at one point that someone provided me for how to spell the team names. We're going off memory. Hey Will, how's it going, dude? Klopp seemed so mad. Klopp's just a very passionate man. I feel like Klopp gets that passionate against like West Brom at home. Like even if you're winning. I think he was. I don't know if he was more annoyed with Lovren for his tackles on Fellaini, because I feel like he was. Klopp's reaction from the sideline was kind of what most Liverpool fans' reaction was from their living room. You know, standing up out their chair, running towards their TV, like throwing arm gestures at Lovren on the screen, asking, "What the hell are you doing?" Anyway, ball whipped in here. Can we make something happen? Almada kind of fighting for a place in the first team because with Chevalier out injured and returning soon, Almada probably going to lose his spot unless he can really show us what he's made of. Klopp and Jose are both managers that don't have a plan B. I feel like Liverpool kind of had a plan B. I think you saw the plan B in the contrast between the first and second half of performances. Cubic, you've really got to head that in, mate. It's all going wrong. It's all going wrong here. You know, we've beaten United and now we're struggling against Troyes. I thought United defensively was superb, to be honest. I thought they probably had. I think Young had one of the best games I've seen from a fullback against Salah all season. I thought they did a really good job of containing him, as much as it does pain me to say that. Last season, Toulouse, I think we finished. Did we finish second? It's terrible that I can't remember that. Yeah. Oh no, third. So if we finish second this year, it's progression, which is where we are at the moment. Although, it's worth noting perhaps that Monaco are 3 points behind us with a game in hand, so it's going to get close. Anyway, let's see what we do here. Alexander-Arnold to Kubic. Back wide to the fullback. Crosses in. Agude! Probably should have headed it in. It's kind of nice coming back to Sochaux and just streaming away. Obviously, thank you. If you are spending your Saturday afternoon with me, I do appreciate it. I'm hoping some of you are going to keep me up to date with the 3 o'clock kickoff scores as we go through today. Probably not going to be streaming for that long, to be honest. Maybe we'll try and get at least beyond the second leg of the game against United. As I mentioned earlier, I'd like to stream some other games. I might even stream some stuff later. We'll see how we get on. Anyway, Rune Blonde with the free kick. Probably should do a little bit better there, to be honest. Can't even hit the target. Right, Almada. I swear he's kicked my player off the ball. Right, can we go back? What's happened over here? On this right hand side? He just fucking kicks my man. What's that all about? Sotello's lost his head. He's literally just kicked a player off the ball. I mean, shouldn't that be a straight red? Oh, it literally was a straight red for violent conduct. Okay, let's make some changes here. It's right at the end of the game. Chevalier, come on and get a little bit of a run out. Gleedson, do something. Trincao, you can come on as well. We just scored the set piece and we missed it. It's like when you're watching like a sporting event and you go to the toilet, isn't it? And then you miss something happen that was really important and you sit there with regret for the rest of the day. That's how I feel right now. At least we got the replay. Rublon, nice little free kick. We'll make the tactical changes. He's coming off, Blonde, bless him. Scores and then instantly gets subbed. But, I mean, 1 more would be nice, but 3-1 is fine. You know, bottom of the form table, so we expect to beat them. 3-1. Would have liked it to be a little bit more convincing than kind of a last-minute goal to double our lead, but that's okay. 3-1. I can show Chevalier's progress, sure. He's injured at the moment. Well, he was injured. He's coming back to fitness now. Just end the game. End it right now. Trincao. I mean, it's over. I wish there was a button that was just like end match when you know it's the pointless replay at the end. There we go. 3-1 it finishes. Good little result. Thank you very much. Tell the boys how pleased we are. Look, they're all delighted. More of that, please. We've now got a French Cup game coming up, and we've got PSG immediately afterwards. So I probably am going to play a rotated team here. Quite heavily rotated. Do I have my best 11 set up? Oh, I do. I don't know if I've ever talked about this. So I do a thing where every season I save what is considered my best 11 at the start of the year. So I can just quickly, you know, when I want to play the strongest team or see what I thought my strongest team was, I can just click one button and it's here. I will usually upgrade it and update it as the season goes on, although apparently I've not done that this season. But it means that by like season 5 here, you can see how my starting 11's changed. So season 4, this was our starting 11. So you can judge by the gaps where we've replaced players. So actually looking at it, our team didn't change over the summer between seasons 4 and 5. But if we look at like season 3, you can see that only, well, 5 players who start now, 5 players in our team, in our starting 11 now. Wait, no, I'm getting confused here. 5 players in our team and 1 sub are all that's left of our team from our first season in Ligue 1. And then actually, if you look at our very first season, only Diarra and Fuchs are here from our very first season in charge. It's kind of nice. It's like a little way you can look back on your best 11s. I really wish there was a way in Football Manager just to take like a snapshot of your team at the start of seasons, so you could compare players against their past selves and, you know, look at your team and how it's evolved over time. And Bula wants to leave as he feels he won't ever get regular first team football. It's a bit sad this because he was our best player by miles last year, but this year Rainy Adelaide's just been too good. I wonder how much we could get for him. He's valued at 17 million, which is really, really generous. I kind of don't want to sell him yet. Let's see if Trincao can talk him out of it. He can. Sorted. Look, they're all best mates out on the left wing. There is lots of football chat going on in the chat. Obviously, feel free to have that discussion. Obviously, I've said kind of my general thoughts on it, but obviously with this bit going up on YouTube later, I don't want to reference the chat too much without reading out every single person's points, because it's just a bit weird without Twitch chat to follow along. Anyway, got Metz next. Do I want to rest players? Chevalier wants to... Why does everyone want to discuss their futures? Diarra, please talk him out of it. Oh, no. Oh, he wants a new contract. I can't afford to give you terms. We just lied to him. We can't afford it, mate. Oh, someone asked about Chevalier's development. So here you go, 19 years old. Look at him. Let's just highlight stuff. Oh, this annoys me. The progression graphs in Football Manager this year are really buggy. For some reason, it only goes back as far as September this season. Is it like that with all players or only certain players? Some of them go back only to August. Oh, mind you, I think they're players we signed. Diarra's works fine, which is why I'm a bit confused. Progression graphs have been a little bit wonky in Football Manager for a while. It's really weird. It seems like the ones for real players work. Fuchs and Diarra have been here for like 5 years and theirs work. And Bula, it looks like it's only broken for regens. But then Lafont's is broken too. It's really annoying because one of the fun bits about Football Manager is seeing the progression. And yet you can't see that. Who are my homegrown players? Great question. Let's have a look at our homegrown players. There's actually quite a few. One of the nice things about Sochaux is the fact that we have a good academy. So actually looking at our homegrown players, we've got a nice little chunk. Obviously, worth noting that these players at the top, they train with the first team, but they're actually made available for the reserves. So although they look like they're kind of in the first team, they're really not. So you got Chevalier, Ducasse, and then a few who were kind of brought in and have just become homegrown. So Almeida trained with us long enough. Trincao trained with us long enough to be homegrown. Fuchs starts at the club. He's been really, really solid for us. And then we've got a few trained in nation as well, like the likes of Dimitri Millet, Zagadou, Lafont. And actually we've got a few who are due to become homegrown at club, like Kubik here, who looks like he's going to be absolutely insane. No, I didn't loan out those players with the broken progression graphs. I don't know what's up with that. It's like the regen faces. I'm sure you guys have had the problem where like all your players change ethnicities or change to all have the same faces. And I've seen all kinds of weird stuff going on with regens this year with their faces. What do you want to see with FM19? I don't really know. Part of me's like maybe they should just overhaul the entire interface, but I feel like that's what a lot of people want to make the game feel fresh. But I feel like at the same time, the UI design of the game is clearly what SI believe is the best it can be. Oh! I mean, I'm liking the look at youth intake. If you're just not watching the stream, if you're tabbed out, youth intake. Khalid Ben Ali could emerge as one of the best players of a generation. I mean, I like the look of him. Khalid, you look pretty good. Look at him. Why is his nose a different colour to his face? I guess maybe it's the light. I mean, he looks pretty good. We should have a look at the rest. I'm excited now. This is like the best bit about Football Manager, isn't it? Have they changed something in the update? I swear. Oh, it's right at the bottom here, youth candidates. Okay, so we have Khalid Ben Ali, who's got 20 determination. His physicals are a bit... I mean, the natural fitness is good. What about the report? Oh, consistent immediately and considered a leader. He's got 2 leadership. What are you talking about, Peterson? Considered a leader, 2 leadership. I mean, I was thinking potential captain. He's going to be one for the future and then 2 leadership. I mean, he looks pretty blooming good. I've been actually quite harsh on this save with the players that I pick up in terms of my expectations for them. One thing I recommend as well, if you're signing players who you know are going to be like key for your team, just offer them like £100 a week. Give them a full-time deal with a youth contract to begin with. Give them obviously a 3-year contract and then add the optional contract extension. They'll accept immediately and it's basically a 6-year contract on £100. Ian Peterson as well here. An Englishman. That's weird that we got an Englishman generator at the club. I guess that's because I'm here. Oh, mind you, do we have any other English coaches that I'm just forgetting about? Or staff in general, I guess. No, we've just got me. I guess I'm... So if you don't know, player staff can impact the nationality of players that come in. And so can your chairman. Some of you might remember years ago, was it FM14 where I managed Oxford? I had a Kuwaiti chairman. And he, as a result of him and his board of directors, so we ended up having about 5 or 6 different Kuwaiti staff members who were all chairman related. But it meant every so often we got Kuwaiti regens through who were pretty good. Anyway, we're going to offer this guy a similar contract. I'm going to just make sure he says that offer's very acceptable. This line here means that he's guaranteed to accept it. So they both look really, really good. Like, this guy looks pretty solid, to be honest. Let's have a look at his report. Consistency's a problem. The fact that Ben Ali is really, really consistent is nice. His physicals, he's got either footedness as well. He is really good. Like, not like standout right now, but if his potential is actually accurate, then this is good. When did they add this? Is this new? Is this new? I've not seen this before. That looks new to me. I don't remember seeing that. So he can play striker and he can play on the wing. That's really nice. Well, we can't train him yet. Is it worth just having a quick poke around at the other players here? I mean, you're not baddie. You're 14. Right, have a contract. So I have been a little bit more stingy with the players I give contracts to. So outside of these guys, I'll have a quick look at the other players, you know, just to see if any of them look particularly good. But generally speaking, I won't sign on 3-star players, just because we have quite a bloated youth team anyway. Unless I kind of like the look of their attributes, but I don't think any of these are ever going to play in the first team. I think the ones that we've signed are the good ones, to be honest. You might be okay. Your attributes actually look like usable. I won't give him like one of those other contracts. We'll just give him a regular youth one. Jack, does you streaming the Sochaux save mean it's ever on YouTube? It does not. I'm a bit undecided. I've talked about it earlier on in the stream. I'm also going to be uploading this as stream as a whole to YouTube as kind of unofficially episode 50. Just because it gives me a nice platform just to talk about everything to do with the channel and the save. But basically, I've just not really been feeling FM that much as of late. There's been other games I'd rather be playing, and doing videos is quite a big commitment in terms of a time sink to get each episode out, whereas streaming, just being able to hit a go live button, it's kind of nice. So my plan is to, you know, stream this for a little bit, then depending on what people kind of have in terms of general feedback, I'm considering at least maybe streaming the save, which I don't know how that would go down, and then uploading the VODs. I'd like to think that for some people they'd consider that better than nothing, but maybe I'm wrong in that regard. But no, I like never say never, and that's not me like saying now like, no, well, I'm never doing this as a video series. Like this is kind of just a bit of a catch-up stream, really. I'm trying to get back into playing Football Manager, get back in the groove, but I don't know, I've not been feeling it as of late. I didn't realise that we had contracts expiring on. I was wondering why no players were showing up. I'm just wondering if any good youth players generated who we should be taking a look at. I mean, he's pretty good, isn't he? I mean, maybe I should just be scouting all these really valuable players and just having a look. These are the ones considered realistic as well. Let's have a look through these, shall we? Remy, I mean, France gets some really sick regens. Can we discuss that? I always wondered why France's national team was always so good in Football Manager. I've kind of realised. I mean, look at these players. Jeez. I mean, unfortunately, I don't think any of them are actually going to want to sign. Okay, he actually wants to sign from Rennes. Interesting. Let's get rid of unrealistic transfers and see who's appeared. £2.3 million. He's valued at 15. How good do you think he is? Without me clicking on him, he's worth significantly more than everyone else. He's just generated at Monaco. We're not going to be able to sign him. I mean, Nagad, how the fuck do you say that last name? Let's have a look at him. I mean, he's pretty good, isn't he? I'm a little bit sad that Football Manager isn't as easy as it used to be when it came to just approaching to sign any players. He's insane. I mean, we'll scout all of these players because it's worth just having these guys on my radar, as odd as it sounds. More than 50 players. Selected 3 too many players. I feel like it's always good just to have as many of these players on your radar as possible. Duval, I mean, he's pretty good, isn't he? Jeez. I mean, how does he compare to Blonde? He looks like quite kind of a similar player to Rune Blonde, who's in our team. I mean, it makes me feel better about Blonde, but Blonde is 4 years older than him. Those mentals, though, were so good for a 16-year-old. I shouldn't be looking at these, because it just makes me jealous. Isaac Mohammed, you're okay. I don't think we're actually able to sign any of these players, so I don't know why I'm looking at them. None of them are going to want to join. We should only look at the realistic ones. I guess we could look outside of France as well, just to see if anything interesting comes up within our scouting range. There's some players here who are clearly already scouted. Peter Phillips, who plays for Derby. I mean, you're pretty good, aren't you, mate? How much do you want? 50. Okay. Okay, never mind. Canadian goalkeeper. I assume I must have scouted these players via the national team at some point. I mean, there's some insane regens in this save. Holy crap. Minimum release clause of 5.5 million. 5.5 for you. I mean, I was going to ask the board for money. I don't think we can actually afford him. But I'm just gonna hit his release clause anyway and try and sign him. For 5.5 million release clause. What? And there's loads of random Argentine players. What package have I got? Oh, okay, I've got the best packages in scouting. Hey, Gazda dude, how you doing? I love Paraguayan regens as well. Occasionally you get a really good Paraguayan. I mean, you're pretty good. I feel like I should be scouting all these. The issue I've got, of course, is that there is like foreign player limits in France. Magno, you don't have a release clause, do you? I'm still actually does. He has 9.75 million. See, if I was a club with some money, I'd be buying a lot of these players, but unfortunately the reality is that we are Sochaux and we don't have a lot of money. I could ask for more wage budget though. I need more money. I can't stress how important I believe it to begin. They've listened to me. Look at that. The board, they love me. What was it at? 730. Okay, we're still negative in terms of our wage budget because we've got committed wage budget. Our committed spend is quite high because we've got Bakayoko joining in the summer. Maybe we should just ask for some more transfer budget as well. Yeah, we're on a little bit of a roll here. Right. Rivals will beat us to key signings. I can't stress how important I believe it to be. Yes, Lee Wing Sang. Yes. Give me the money. Oh, I mean, that's actually not that much more money, is it? I mean, it's money. It's money in the bank. What's that a saying from? Money in the bank. Is that... I don't even know. That Hoffenheim youngster. Right, I need to get him to accept the contract immediately. This is important. Because Hoffenheim are 100% going to try and get him to sign on with them for longer. So I just need to give him as much money as he wants. We just need... There we go. Guarantee to accept our offer. Guarantee... Okay. Now, this might sound stupid. I'm going to delay this by a day. We got the deal done overnight. Like I'm like Harry Redknapp, mate. You know, we get deals done just boom, like that. But we've not actually scouted him yet. So I'm going to delay it by a week on the off chance that he might not be as good as he looks. Which seems ridiculous to believe because he's got ambitious personality and he looks insane. But I've been burnt before by like a player who's like inconsistent and other stuff. I mean, he's insane. What? I should have just hit accept immediately. He's 17. 5.5. You never get players that cheap in Football Manager. As we saw that Derby player, they always ask for stupid money. I mean, God bless release clauses. That's all I'm going to say on it. Like, thank you for release clauses. I can move him up as well, I guess, in my assignments. Can you do that? I feel like you can... Where is he? I feel like there's a way to make someone higher priority because, as you can see, he's going to be quite a long way down the list and we might not get the scout report in time. Who is he playing for? He's playing for Hoffenheim. I could just cancel every other assignment at this point. I'll tell you what we're going to do. I don't really want to cancel every other assignment. I don't want it to be on hold, though. Is there a way just to set something to be like immediate priority? Because there really should be. There really should be. Well, wait. I'll wait the week. I'm probably just going to hit sign on him immediately, even if the Skype thing... Skype thing. What am I on about? Scout thing doesn't come through in time. Scout thing. Skype in 2018. I mean, imagine if they just rejected the delay. Can you imagine? I mean, sometimes I kind of want to see if there's any other players with low release clauses, but he just... I mean, what's the catch? Do you know what I mean? I feel like what's that thing? If it looks too good to be true, it probably is. That's like a motto that I have carried through my life. And I think it applies to Football Manager sometimes. Right. I mean, I'm probably just going to sign you, I'm going to be honest. Rodolfo got removed from my shortlist. Who are you? Oh, okay. Well, I now know why I was scouting you. How much did Porto buy you for? 16 million this season. Feels bad. Does anyone bother with the pre-match tactical briefing? Someone asked me earlier, actually, what did I want in FM19? Like, you can say, like, UI overhauls and stuff. I just like Football Manager for the fact that whenever something gets added to the game, it's developed in the coming years. So we saw that a little bit with the medical centre last year and also the sports scientists and all that stuff. I feel like the pre-match briefings are a thing that this year, they're kind of bare bones. You don't really need to do them. You can just let your assistant do them. But they're the kind of thing which I feel like in the next few years of Football Manager will hopefully become kind of a bigger, more important part of the game. It's kind of weird because people always ask, Football Manager, I want it to change more. I want more stuff to do. But I feel like at the same time, there will be people who complain when stuff like the pre-match briefings gets overhauled because they feel like it adds too much fluff to the game all of a sudden. And actually, I feel like Football Manager has this really tricky balance where it's like you want to add stuff to the game, but at the same time, people are quite fickle. But like people, they don't like change. And so they might ask for something, but like that doesn't mean they necessarily want it. I might bring Rusell for today's game. This is a cup game we've got against Metz, but we've got PSG coming up. As a result, I don't want to not do well in the French Cup. Don't get me wrong here, but at the same time, I'd kind of much rather rest players for that game coming up. I don't know why I've gone for my team profile view. I want the main squad view so I can see condition and stuff. Take off Chilwell for Gautier. Ali can come into the team for Diarra. Felix for Zagadou. Pinto at right back makes more sense than Trent. Hey Deadly Skill, how's it going, dude? I bought Alexander-Arnold in January of the season that I'm currently playing in. I feel like he might be cup-tied in the Champions League. But yeah, we bought him for £3.3 million. His contract was up at the end of the season. I decided to sign him immediately. And to be honest, he's been really, really good for us so far. A 7.43 average rating. Can play right wing back, but he can also play centre defence in mid, which was kind of a hole in our team. Because without Chevalier, we don't have a really good defensive midfielder. And whilst Trent Alexander-Arnold isn't a world-class centre defensive mid like Chevalier is, in terms of as a plan B, he's pretty good value for money for 3.3 million. And also because he can play right wing back, which is a position that Fuchs plays, and it's a complete right wing back that we use. So we need players who are kind of both good going forward and backwards. He kind of ticked two really important boxes for me. Fuchs is a little bit better defensively, which is why I prefer him over Alexander-Arnold. Although, to be fair, they both kind of are battling for that position, which is fine. I kind of like it when you have a bit of a dilemma. Dr. Benji just subscribed. Thank you, Dr. Benji. Can we raise some Vidukas in the chat? Is this the real Dr. Benji's watching? Thank you, dude. I appreciate it. I don't know if I'm still subbed to you. I feel like I might have cancelled it. I'm sorry. Hashtag exposed. I forgot that was all set up. I didn't actually know if it would work. That kind of made me jump, I'll be honest. Right. Rotating the team. Chevalier, I kind of need you fit for the next game. I might play Fuchs there and then start Alexander-Arnold against PSG. This is very risky. This could backfire badly. Because Metz are not a bad team and we have a lot of players lacking match fitness here, but I need to rotate things up. Hey Zyla, how's it going, dude? It's been... I checked, Ben. It's been 9 months since me and Ben last did the network game, I think. I mean, I'd say last did it like we're just going to bring it back suddenly. You know, we're going to go back to FM17. Was it Southampton? It was Norwich and Middlesbrough, but I think it ended up being Middlesbrough and Southampton. I don't think we'll be signing Danny Ings. I even gave Ben like £10 million when he was in the Championship and he still couldn't get promoted. I remember it vividly. Agude! Oh, you thought for a second he was going to score. Gilbert with the save. Van Ginkel? Maybe I should just sign Van Ginkel. Edson. Finish that. I mean, it's an unconventional save by the keeper. Hey, Sword Brony. How you doing, dude? Foot's edge of the box. Edson. I mean, it's not an ideal finish, I'll be honest. He smashed it over the crossbar. Hey, Ryan TV. Good to see you in the chat, dude. How you doing? So I mentioned earlier, we're going to be streaming for a little while. I don't know how long. We've been going for an hour so far. We've still got to play United again. I want to at least get to that. I did talk about it earlier, but I'm probably going to stream some more games. I've got, you know, a few games that I'd like to stream, but I don't know if people would be interested. But people seemed generally positive to it in Twitch chat, so I think we'll give it a go as Agude scores. And it's David Russell with the assist. The two youngsters. Sparks for the future. Setting up the goal. Sparks for the future. That's literally not an expression, Jack. Sparks. What does that mean? Sparks for the... I'm just inventing words. Not words, but phrases. What other phrases do we have? Auto save, saves. There was a saying that I used to have and it's on the tip of my tongue and I can't remember what it was now. It wasn't answers on a postcard, but if you've got answers on a postcard as to what it might have been... Oh, this is going to annoy me now. I can't remember. It's gone from my head. It was like an oxymoron, something that didn't make sense. And Mbula's injured. I mean, this is why we rotated the team for this game, although the lack of match fitness was kind of my own fault. I hope Mbula isn't seriously injured because we want to sell him. Potentially, at least, at the end of the season. And I don't want him to get injured. Oh, Russell been gifted it. They'll be on Belgium going through. Probably should have scored. Right, Trincao whipping it in. You wouldn't believe it, chat. It's been 3 weeks since I last had Domino's pizza. I'm like a reformed being. I have been... I've not been... Okay, so at the start of the year, I was like, I want to be healthier. And I am being healthy. Like, I've got an exercise bike, which I've been using fairly frequently. I've not completely weeded myself off the pizza. Like, as I said, I had one 3 weeks ago. But compared to like my old eating habits, like, I really have changed things up this year so far. I feel a lot better for it as well. But I am craving pizza today. I think it's the streaming. You know, my brain associates, like, oh, you're streaming football. Why do you need pizza for energy? I mean, send him off. That was disgusting. Okay, it wasn't disgusting. I just shouted at my monitor for no reason. Part of me wants to set up a food review channel. I don't know if anyone knows Review Bra. If you don't know, just search Report of the Week on YouTube. Just sit there and review Domino's. Maybe that's why. Why am I doing Football Manager? Let's branch out. There was that. I tried the new Domino's pizza 3 weeks ago and I had it. It's like the spicy southern chicken or something. I can't remember the name of it. It's not that good. There was no pizza with the football earlier. It's difficult, you know. You've got Sky Sports going, order now for half time. If you don't, that's... I was in such a good mood, I might need pizza just to de-stress. Both of our left wingers have been injured. So Trincao and Mbula both go off. Who is their right back? Mr. Dennis. I bet he's murdering our players. Look at him. Look at him. He's 16. He's got 11 aggression, 16 bravery, 10 tackling. He's just crunching all of our players. I've only got one sub left. I mean, I thought I will rotate the team for the PSG game. Of all the players, they are 2 players who are on my bench. Some of these players are reserve players who would never normally play. And the 2 players who are actually kind of semi-useful to the first team, both the 2 players who have been injured. so far. I mean, Rainy Adelaide just needs to get injured, and they've got a hat-trick of left wingers injured for me, and I genuinely don't know what we'll do if any of the injuries are long-term. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, and hope that it's not that far away. 15 minutes left. I mean, we've got PSG next. I don't want injuries. And we got injuries, which is less than ideal. Zagadou to Agude. To Cleedson. Rainy Adelaide. Down this left-hand side. Look at him go. Don't get injured. Just protect him. Wrap him up in bubble wrap. Alex Pinto, the Portuguese youngster. Maybe got a point to prove to get to the first team. To Russell. Agude. Finish that. Should have finished it. Oh, Kubik can play on there. Rasmus, you know my team better than I do. Yes, you're right. Kubik could play on the left if he got really desperate. I'm not sure how good he'd be out on the left, but he can play there, theoretically. Right. No injuries now, please. 10 minutes left. I'm actually... I don't care if we get knocked out. I just don't want anyone else injured. At least not of the players who play on the bench for me. Considering we've completely rotated our team, like, massively. I know they've rotated their team too. It's been a pretty good performance so far. They've had 2 shots all game. I mean, they'll probably score in the last 2 minutes of the game, because that's how Football Manager works. It's going okay, though. We're loving it. Rainy Adelaide to Cleedson. Don't let him tackle you. To Atty. To Brint. Cleedson. Go on, Rainy Adelaide. Agude. Down this right-hand side. Options in the middle. It goes to no one. I don't know why I expected anything with 2 seconds left of the game. Blatantly just the highlight at the end of the game at which nothing happens. I must admit, I'm really liking the 3D match engine in Football Manager this year. Like, I've been converted. I've been a dots man for years. I actually think this year's Football Manager... I know it's like a new graphics engine. The graphics haven't changed massively yet, but I'm hoping, naturally, with a new graphics engine, you change how far you can go in terms of improving the visuals. I'm really hoping that... where am I going with this? Well, obviously the improvements are going to continue, because I'm sold on 3D at this point. I feel like I'm a traitor to my 2D brethren, and I'm sorry. How's Mulongo doing out on loan? He's doing pretty good. I mean, this guy's decent, the South African. Good at concentrating. There you go. That's what we look for in a player. Did they remove 2D? I feel like they just have one 2D now, but it's more like 2D Classic. I might be wrong in that regard. Chevalier, cheer up Diarra. What was Diarra complaining about? He wants a new contract hike. Right, we can't afford it. Thank you. Should have just done that from the start. Just lie. Even when you've got loads of money, can't afford it. Just got to act like a governor. You know, you just got to act like a member of parliament. Can't afford it. Slowly squirreling money for yourself and your own personal salary. Sorry, let's not get political in the chat. Let's not do that, Jack. It's a slippery slope. Lafont and Blonde want new contracts. Guigan apparently shouldn't be transfer listed. Well, I'll apply that, I believe. Yusuf deserves a professional contract. Have a pro contract, mate. I'm actually really hungry now. I wish I hadn't talked about pizza earlier. That was a mistake. He's not actually that good, this guy. I mean it in the nicest possible way. What leagues do I have loaded? Let's check. Where do you check leagues loaded? Add remove leagues. I have lots of leagues loaded. Interesting. I didn't realise I had this many loaded. This is more than I'd usually have loaded. Usually I just have Argentina, Brazil, then England, France, Germany, Italy and Spain. But I think I must have thrown in the likes of Portugal, Switzerland, Holland and Belgium because I was managing in France, so I figured they might be useful. Ducasse is back, although he's not going to be that fit for the PSG game, is he? Look at him. The GOAT. He's actually been really good this season as well before his injury that he just got. Right, so if we look at our best 11 plus Alexander Arnold at sub 2. So Fuchs isn't going to play. Alexander-Arnold is. Trincao is injured, but that's okay because Rennie Adelaide comes in. Did I not Did I not rest Kubik? I guess I didn't. Let's just quickly highlight all the players who are struggling a little bit here. Make sure they've got rests. I should check as well how long Trincao and Mbula are out for. I clicked through the news items without reading them because why would you read them? Although we've got Millet who can play ahead of Kubik, so we should be okay. I wouldn't normally chance Ducasse with his lack of match fitness, but I think we have to. Yeah, Ducasse is back to being white as well. You know, that we did have that weird part where half my players' ethnicities changed. I think, am I right in thinking this is the first year where Football Manager's had 64-bit like running, or was that in last year's game? I think this is the first year where it's been 64-bit as well as 32. But it does seem better since the update, the overall performance of the game. Like, the game's running really smoothly for me right now. Like, considering I'm 5 seasons in as well. Sometimes it can, you know, noticeably slow down. So Trincao, 5 to 12 days. And Mbula, a few weeks. That could be worse, couldn't it? That actually means that we can bring in Boldan. Now, Boldan is a player I brought in, was really excited about, and I kind of forgot that he existed. But he is here for us. He's actually really, really good. Argentine wonder kid, fairly professional personality. 2.6 million we spent for him from Vélez. Found him playing for the Argentine youth team. He's really good. He should probably be playing a little bit more. We should be looking to develop him. I think we'll put Agude on the bench as well, given kind of the injuries we've got in the attacking midfield positions. Do I want to keep playing Diarra and Udokai? How does Zagadou compare to Diarra? I've never checked this, or at least not that I can remember. I don't know who I'd rather play. Zagadou is younger. I mean, they're both pretty similar. The thing is, Diarra's consistent, but Zagadou might have a tiny bit more potential. I think Zagadou might be left-footed though, and we already have Felix who's left-footed as well. Might put Zagadou on the bench though. Yeah, he is left-footed. I assumed he was because he can play left-back. It's not a bad shout actually, Nicholas, to look at playing Boldan at left-back. Oh, just general reminder: auto saves, saves. Make sure you have auto saves on and have it on rolling save, so you have more than one save game. Because if one day you have a power cut while saving, or the game crashes for whatever reason that it can randomly crash, you don't want to lose like days of hard work. Pro tips with Jack. How's Orvre's development looking? He's looking really solid now. He's the kind of player I should probably be looking to play more of as well. We've been playing him this season? No. He's available for the youth team though, right? Yeah, he's been playing in the reserve. I can see here he's been playing in reserves and doing crazy. We've got loads of really talented wingers, it seems like, including those players that we picked up from our youth candidates. So you got Ben Ali, who we picked up. I should set up his training. I think I'm actually going to train to play right forward as a complete forward, which might seem a little odd. And then for his individual training, although he's really crap in the air, like 2 jumping reach. Is he ever going to be a good complete forward with 2 jumping reach? I could get him on the trampoline, but it's probably not going to be enough. But we don't play with a right winger. Do I just want to train him to play on the right? It's a little bit limited. I wonder if we train him to play on the left as, or right mid as an inverted winger. It covers way more areas of improvement, which I kind of like. And then we train probably his strength. So we'll get him natural at right mid. It improves a lot of his technicals that he wouldn't normally get touched as a winger. Helps with his attacking stats in terms of composure off the ball and finishing that he's going to need as a striker. The only thing is his physicals won't get much love. but we could think about that later. I think that's what we'll go with for now on him. And then Ian Pearson? Pearson. I don't know. It's literally an English name. It's Pearson. I mean, how would you train this guy? This guy looks like he's just ready to be a winger, doesn't it? It just looks like that's where he was born to play. I think we'll train to play left wing. Balanced personality. Determination's not great. Have you got anyone who could tutor him? Fuchs's ambition could be good. Ian. Go partner up with Jean Do Fuchs. Ben Ali doesn't need it. Le Bon. I don't know who half these players are. I mean, you're pretty good, aren't you? Did you generate last season? You did. I don't remember this guy. Did he improve a lot? Oh, his progression graphs actually goes back to when he genned. I genuinely don't remember this guy. How much of his physicals improved? Oh, quite a lot. Okay, so acceleration's gone from 14 to 16. Balance has gone from 12 to 14. I guess this explains why he's improved. But these are his physicals. That's really impressive. What am I training as? It must be complete forward, right? Shadow striker. Good job, Pass Jack. You picked a good training for him for that guy. Morgan Benet. I mean, I assume I'm training you as a Roman playmaker to help with the physicals. That makes sense. Good. Pass Jack did a good job of picking out stuff for these guys. Got Danso as well, who has really good mentals. He's really weird. Can play left back. Can't play left wing back that well. Can't play left mid, but can play left attacking mid naturally. I'm tempted just to train to play left mid, to be honest. Although we don't play with left mid, so is that pointless? See, this is the kind of guy who it might just be worth training as a complete forward, just to improve him everywhere, see where he improves, and then make a call on whether or not he's going to play as a winger or a striker. His strength isn't that great again, but it could be improved. He's just very lacking technically, this guy. His mentals are pretty solid as a starting point, so I think we'll go with that. Ambitious personality as well. I think with Le Bon, I don't know why I didn't notice him. I probably did notice him, but I had other players who were really good as well. Because it seems like with this guy, like everything has just improved fairly significantly. His finishing's gone up by a whole point. First touch has gone up by a whole point. Dribbling has gone from 9.4 to 10.4. It's like he's improved in everything by 1 or 2. But that can very quickly elevate a player. Long shots has gone from 5.4 to 6.6. Technique has gone from 11.4 to 13. He's just improved lots in a lot of different areas, which drastically changes how good a player looks. I think I'm going to train him to play complete forward now. Like, he's already semi-natural there, so he's not going to lose a whole lot. Just helps cover off a few more areas of his game. His concentration's pretty poor. Off the ball is bad. I guess we'll train his off the ball. His finishing's not great either. That's probably why I trained him as a shadow striker, is because I thought he'd be better as a more playmaker-y player than as a striker. That might still be the case, but complete forward's going to help cover him in a lot of areas. Boring pre-match thing. Right, PSG away from home. First v second. The title's probably already gone. I feel like even if we lose, like if we win this, great, but it's still like we're still going to be 7 points behind them. I think with 8 or 9 games left. So it would have to be pretty impressive to turn it around against PSG here. I need to have a think here. So what is the league situation? PSG is 16 points. Okay, they're way further clear than I thought. Yeah, we're no chance we're going to catch them in 9 games left, but Monaco are even on points with us. But our goal difference is significantly better. So that's good. We've been out without Ducasse and for a little while, and he is the best player in the league along with Rainy Adelaide. Kubik with 14 assists as well is really, really impressive. Is Ducasse fit enough to play? Or am I better just having him on the bench? Mile's been good in his last 5 games. I'm not going to risk Ducasse. I could risk him. I'll bring him on off the bench if we need to. Like, his pace is kind of very good on off the bench. He's not fit enough to play. And coming back from injury, the worst thing I want to do is get him injured going into the second leg against United, which isn't that far away at this point, 10 days. Alright, chat, I want score predictions in there. If you're watching on YouTube in the future, get some predictions in too. It's not going to be easy. What are my other tactics I have? I'm actually kind of curious. If I click them, then I lose the progress I've made here. So I'm not going to do it. I'm sorry. We might have a look at them after this game. This is the same season as the YouTube series. CG, I don't know how to say your name. Seep Cheese. Sorry if I've just butchered it completely. Reading is hard. Right, we've got nothing to lose. No one really expects us to win. Defence, no pressure. Midfield, passion. Take control. Right, it's not gone to plan. No pressure. Kubik's relaxed. We're loving it. Right, let's see how we get on. 3-2, 2-2, 3-1, 2-1 win. And then, so quite positive there. They were all results in our favour, those wins. Then we have 3-1 PSG, 4-1 PSG. Cheeky one. I'd take a cheeky 1-0 here. They're playing Mbappe, who's injured and on 77% condition. They're willing to risk their star man. I'm not willing to risk Ducasse. Is that going to cost us? He might not even last until half time. That's really weird that they've decided to play him. Their team's pretty nice though. Lucas Moura, Lozano, Girales. They've got a really good team. I'm kind of a little bit jealous. Anyway, half an hour gone. Nothing really happening, but it's now with us. Almada, down the line to Kubik. Can he hit the ball in the mix? Only that melee to aim for. Though I lie, there's a man at the back post. Almada now with it. Blonde. To Chevalier, the knight in shining armour. To Benny Chilwell. Benny Chilwell is a bit of an anomaly. I can't say the word. He's an outlier. That word. You know the word I'm trying to say. English is hard, as I said. He's a bit of a weird player in our team. Rune Blonde, can you cross it in? It's tipped away, but Rainy Adelaide's there. Blonde with the assist. I don't know if it was a shot or a cross, but it's going okay. Hey, Desinev. Atmos Cube. There is a name I've not read in ages. How you doing, dude? It's nice seeing all the old names come back. It's nice seeing just some familiar faces in the chat. I appreciate you guys watching today. Obviously, it's been a while, I guess you could say. 1-0 up here. We're loving it. Can we end the game now? Hey, the home end. It's Stockport, lad. How are you doing, mate? New Twitch account. Right, we're probably going to lose now. You know, naturally, you get the early goal in this kind of game and then it all goes wrong, doesn't it? That's how Football Manager works. Kubik. Darun Blonde. Almada. I'm just enjoying saying all the names. There's some nice names to read in this team. And then there's Lozano. Oh my gosh, it's like I'm playing FIFA against someone having Lozano in their team. So they have Mo Salah. Was he on the bench for them? I forgot they had Mo Salah. Who else have they got? Are they resting loads of players against me? Neymar's injured. Salah's on the bench. Cavani. I mean, they've got a pretty good team, haven't they? How long's Mbappe out for? Okay, he was on the verge of coming back. We're winning away from home against PSG. I'm very happy. I could have said don't get complacent, but I'm too positive. Mbappe's gone off for Cavani. Lucas Moura down the right side. I mean, great dribbling there. Tottenham's finest. I'm not too bad. I talked about it a little bit earlier, but I've just been in one of those phases where you kind of just fall out of FM a little bit. I feel like everyone goes through them where you have like weeks, months, where you're just not really feeling the game. I feel like it's kind of a natural thing with Football Manager. It's again, you play religiously or you just can't quite get into it. Oh my gosh, they should have scored then. Anomaly. See, it's a easy word to... I don't know why I couldn't say it earlier. Help me. It's difficult. Go on, Millet. You've got to score that. You've got to score that. He hasn't scored it. It's still 1-0. If we lose now, we look back on Millet being gifted the ball there and missing it as where it went wrong. Oh my gosh, it almost deflected in. I love the stadiums this year. They look quite nice. Chevalier, oh my god. For a second, I believed it was just going to fly in the top bins. Unfortunately, it just wasn't to be. Although Blonde, set-piece specialist, boom. I mean, that was pretty close. I feel like we've got them on the back foot here, PSG. We're playing attacking football. They've used all their subs. I mean, maybe I should look to make some changes of my own. But that's far too logical. Felix up to Kubik. Nods it to Millet. Go on, my son. Finish it this time, please. What are you doing? Why? Right, get to Casson. I've had enough of this. De Casa Millet, who's had a mare. Bring in Fuchs for Alexander Arnold, I think. We won't do any more other than that. I can't believe Milet's missed 2 sitters. We're probably going to end up drawing this or conceding twice in the last 5 minutes. I could go more defensive, but I just hate going more defensive in Football Manager when you're doing well on the front foot. I feel like it's too easy just to play negatively. But it can always... I mean, if they score 2 now in the last 5 minutes. Okay, panic over. It's only Lucas Moura. '88th minute. Chilwell. Just deal with it. Lafont. No nonsense here. Rune Blond. Kubik. To Ducasse. Blonde's there. Kubik. Almada! Oh, you should have scored. We've missed so many. We've had 4 clear-cut chances and it's only 1-0. We're actually bullying them. We're actually cyberbullying PSG in Football Manager. Almada. Maybe? Wait, where are you going? Felix. The centre-back known for his crossing to Blonde. Boom. Oh my god, I take it all back. Almada with one of the best goals I've seen in Football Manager this year. The Argentine on the volley. It's game over now. I mean, why couldn't Millet do that? What a finish. Felix Udokai, you can see Almada, he's just drifting inwards. Rublon dinks it to him on the volley. Bang! Top bins. Top bins on the volley. He's a little wizard. He's a little wizard. I mean, if that was like just rolling on the floor, you call it a screamer still. But on the volley, take a 2-0 away from home against PSG. He picked up a knock. He scored that with a knock. Very clear. What a goal. I mean, it's probably goal of the month. I never get goal of the month in Football Manager. And Monaco drew. Oh, they drew against Angers, who are in 8. I mean, it's all coming up Millhouse. It's all gone our way. That's a really good result. Away from home. Is that the second loss of the season? We joined Troyes, who we beat last game, as one of only 2 teams to beat PSG this year. We've still only lost 3 times ourselves, all away from home. Our home form's been great this year. I say that, we've actually drawn a lot of games at home now I look at it. Although it is against the likes of Lyon, PSG, Monaco, which makes me feel a little bit better about it. I mean, I kind of want to relive that goal. Is it justifiable to go and watch that goal again? Is it review and share highlight video? No, it's pitch, then goal. When did that? Is that a new button? I don't remember that. Let's just relive it. Here we go. I think I like this because he's involved in the build-up play. Like, he chases hard here, Almada, in a second to keep the play alive. Pulls it back to our centre-back, who, I don't know if it's a cross. I guess he meant to put it to Blonde. Then just dinks and then on the volley. That's insane. What's Almada's technique like? He must have insane technique to score that. Yeah, 17 technique. I mean, he needs a face, really, doesn't he? 4.5 million, well spent. I think we can all agree. He looks insane. Jeez. You are right, Sod. You like, as a player, you usually get second or third in goal of the month, and then like the first goal, you watch it, and it's just like the worst goal that you've seen all month. In all the games you've been involved in, it's just like they randomly picked it out. Who's this guy? Transfer listed by PSG, by Liverpool, valued at 52 million. I mean, ain't nobody paying 40 million for him. Why am I apparently minorly interested in him? Are there any players with contracts expiring? The fact they've added a clear all button is lovely there, by the way. Oh, hello. Who is this random American? I don't remember seeing you before. Who do my scouts recommend of all the younger players? Have they not finished scouting? What happened to that German guy we were signing? Demir. Have they come back with him? No, they've not finished scouting him yet. So we've got Bakayoko joining us. We've got a few youngsters as well. This guy, Jan Bali from ASEC, our favourite club in the world. Of course, if you're a long-term viewer, you'll know all about ASEC. Apparently, I'm not scouting him. How much are we buying him for? I probably just bought him without scouting him. Yeah, 200k. I think I just saw the fact he was playing for the Ivory Coast national team and thought 200k, bargain. The other player we've got is this guy, Anis Ben Othman, who might seem a little bit odd to sign an 18-year-old Tunisian, but he's actually French, or has French nationality as well, which is kind of interesting. He looked quite good as well at the time. He doesn't look that good now, but he's really consistent. And an international as well. You can't really argue with that. Sochaux, I don't know if it's a stream save only. I talked about this a little bit earlier. Like, I've had a big break from FM in general. And I'm going to upload this VOD as like a video to YouTube because it is a direct continuation from the last Sochaux episode that went up. I want to see how people enjoy the stream, both obviously you guys on Twitch if you're enjoying it, but also on YouTube uploading the VOD. So if you are watching on YouTube down the line, obviously this is like an hour and a half into this video now, so I can only assume you're enjoying it somewhat. Yeah, let me know what you think. Maxime Lopez out on loan. So we signed this guy on a free and we've loaned him out with a £2.3 million loan fee. Like, where is the downside in that bit of business? That's genius. I only brought him in because he was French as well. You know, I wanted a few more French players in the team. I forgot why we came to this page, and the reason we came here was to look at players whose contracts are expiring in 6 months. Now, I feel like I probably scouted all of them. Oh, I did? Okay. Well, this is nice. There's a lot of old players here who are quite good. These are all realistic as well. What about if I untick this? Ronaldo's available. What are we doing? What are we... He might not be able to contribute at such a high standard. Mate, you're fucking Ronaldo? What do you mean that you won't be able to play football whilst also being a coach? What do you mean? Your stats are insane. What are you talking about? Jan Dreyer. I think I looked at getting that guy in. I think we missed out on him. Kurt Zuma. Kurt Zuma's been really injury prone if I remember correctly on the save. I almost loaned him at one point from Arsenal. Did he play for Arsenal? Yeah, he did. I was worried that I was thinking of a different save. He's played 13 games this year. When was his last injury? Pulled knee ligaments, which he's relapsed in. He's also damaged his cruciate ligaments repeatedly. How much does he want? No. No. Hey Temo, how you doing? Thing is, I don't know if he would, Nicholas, because when a player becomes like a player coach, usually they'll take on a coach's salary. So like you can be paying them £6,000 a week to be a coach, but they'll also be a player in their contract as well. How do you find playing without attribute masking? It doesn't finding amazing signs become too easy. I guess to an extent it does. I used to play with attribute masking on, like, all the time. And to be honest, what I found myself doing was a lot of the time is I'd be doing the same stuff I'm doing now, but I'd just be scouting every single player. And it was just really boring. Like, having to go through all the players and manually, like, scout them all. Because actually, a lot of the players I find, like, I'm not really using, like, attribute-based filters. Like, for this guy, Demir, we were just looking at 17-year-olds and their values to see who the best players were. So I probably would have just scouted this guy and signed him anyway. But in playing with attribute masking off, it just kind of eliminates one of those steps. I feel like it's kind of a personal preference thing. Like, I don't really go around going, oh my gosh, I play with attribute masking on. I just feel like it seems, to me, it feels like a very artificial way of trying to make the game more difficult, but just kind of a bit, not pointless, but it just it adds an extra step to me playing the game that I would otherwise overcome a lot of the time. Like, most of my finding of good young players is going through the youth teams of national teams and looking at their best players, looking at the players listed as hot prospects, sorting players by values. I don't actually very often filter by attributes, and whilst I guess you could argue that I wouldn't know immediately going for a national team who I definitely want to sign and definitely don't want to sign, which is still kind of the case because I still wait to, like, you know, see stuff about players' hidden attributes like their injury proneness and consistency and stuff. But I don't know. I just feel like it detracts from my enjoyment from the game now because I have less time to play the game, and so I don't want it to feel like a chore. And making sure that I have every single player scouted who I'm possibly coming across is just like it's just another chore, I guess. Does that make any sense? I hope people understand. But I used to be someone who, like, swore by playing with attribute masking on, and then one save I tried with it off, and I was just like, yeah, this is a lot more fun because I'm not, like, manually shift clicking through loads of more players and scouting them all and just clogging up my inbox with scout reports. Like, most of the time, I'm still end up scouting the players who I look at before I sign them. So it hasn't really eliminated that. I guess you could argue it's easier for me to narrow down the players which are kind of players I want to scout and don't want to scout and speed it all up. But ultimately, I don't know, I feel like sitting around waiting for scout reports to come in and all that stuff just isn't particularly fun, I guess, for me personally. I hope that answers your question. But yeah, I used to play with it masking on. And for people who don't know the difference, obviously when you start a game, you can tick a tick box that has attribute masking on or off. And it basically means that you can't see players' attributes when you click on their profile for other teams. I also think actually from a YouTube perspective, having masking on detracts a bit from the viewing experience because you get a few years in a save and play, like, you want to show off the opposition team and who you're coming up against, perhaps. If half the players just you can't see their attributes, it's just a bit shit for the viewer. Like, it doesn't bother me that much watching because I'll have a rough idea. But if at a glance someone wants to know how good a player is, just not having masking on is way better for a viewer. I think personally, especially with the attribute polygon. Like I always play with the polygon. I actually use it more than a lot of people I think who play Football Manager. I know from my experience which attributes go into these polygons. So if a polygon's lacking, I know which attributes he might be missing, and obviously I'll then look at these numbers for a bit better overview, I guess. But I think for someone watching on YouTube, you don't want to be looking at all these tiny numbers. If you can see a visual representation of how good a player is with the polygon, I think that's just way better. I mean, if people play with attribute masking on, I understand why you'd want to play like that. I don't think there's anything wrong with playing it on or off. It's all personal preference. I think the beauty of Football Manager is you can play it how you want, and I feel like as long as when you do stuff like on YouTube or Twitch or blog or whatever, as long as you're transparent about how you're playing it, there's nothing wrong with that. The beauty of Football Manager is there isn't really a right or wrong way to play it. You know, like, it's a game. Mahir Kemal Mehmet is playing really, really well on loan, but I don't know how good this guy's going to be. Like, we picked him up from a German third division side, or like national. Well, you can see here what league they were in. He was playing for the Turkish under-20s team. He's now playing for the German under-20s team, so he's switched nations. You can see here he was actually capped for Turkey's under-21s, which is how I came across him. I mean, his stats imply that he's not going to improve that much more. But he looks really good. Like, he'd actually be kind of a useful player. Anyway, we've got Metz. Did we just play Metz? We did just play Metz. We got them again, and we've got United in 4 days. Which kind of makes me feel like I should rotate the team a little bit more. Maybe. Hey Bella, how you doing? I imagine you're watching this not knowing what's happening, which is fantastic. Please stay. Anyway, let's take off Blonde. I'm going to rotate the team a little bit here. I think we will play Ducasse, and I'm also going to play a Goudet as well. I'm going to go for a double change there. We'll give Boldan a run out. Talked about the fact that he needs some more first-team football. It's a case of which players do I want to protect here, and which players can I afford to not have playing. Thinking. I mean, do I just completely rotate the team and risk it a little bit? The issue I've got is the league has gone from us now. We're not going to win the league. I'd like to finish ahead of Monaco because last season we finished 3rd, and so it'd be nice to finish 2nd this year to feel like there's some progress being made. But at the same time, I don't want to compromise the Champions League run that we're in at the moment. The dilemmas. S. Collins 93. Thank you for subbing, dude. I do appreciate it. Obviously, I don't stream that often. I'm hoping to get a bit more back in the swing of things, both on YouTube and on Twitch. But I do appreciate you subbing, dude. Thank you very much. It's incredibly generous of you. Right. Thinking. There's too much thinking involved in Football Manager. I forgot how thinking intensive it is. I'm actually going to rotate this team way more than I was going to, which also includes playing Sunday West, who I had been rotating in and out with Lafont in goal, but I think we're going to just play him today. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to rotate around. Chilwell at left back. I don't really have an alternate left back other than Gautier. I guess we could play Gautier. That works. Am I rotating my team too much for this game against Metz? Where are they in the league? I feel like I'm taking for granted the fact that we beat them previously in the Cup when they rotated their team as well. They are in 8th, but we are going to be playing with Ducasse. And the rest of this team is not a bad team. Like these players are not bad players that we're bringing into the team. They're just not as good as the team that I could theoretically be playing. But there's some really talented youngsters in here who definitely need time to develop. And this is what we'll go with. Hey Gendo, how's it going? Good to see you, dude. How are things? I know I've been following a little bit on Twitter. I know you've had a rough few months. Hopefully stuff's starting to kind of get better. Can Boldan even play left back? Or are we just saying he looks like a good left back? Because he does have the attributes for a left back. I guess he can. I should be training this guy at left back. You are absolutely correct. How does he compare to... I've never even considered him a left back. I only ever signed him to play... Brain. It's going to come to me. To play left attacking mid. I can't even compare him to Chilwell. Where is I dropped Chilwell out the team, didn't I? I didn't even check the bench. I'm an idiot. Where is Benny Chilwell? Am I blind? Or does the game consider them different positioned players? Let's search for him real quick. Is it 1L? You might be onto something, mate. You might be onto something, Nicholas. It's annoying because those guys do actually have an overlap in position, so it's stupid that I can't compare them, but it's just Football Manager things. I guess could I have compared recently viewed players rather than players from my squad? Probably. Oh well, it's too late now to worry about it. I am really hungry. Like, way more hungry than I thought I was when I started streaming. I was like, I don't need to eat. I'll be fine. I'm trying to think what I've got food-wise that I can make easily. I've not thought this through. Oh, no. Oh, no. So this happens every other Football Manager once. And the YouTube comment section always tells me, Jack, why do you not have a goalkeeper on the bench? And I always tell them it happens once every 2 years tops. I play a lot of Football Manager. I'm talking like once every 2 years of playing the game. This happens. I don't need a goalkeeper on the bench. This is that 1 in 2 years. It's like when lightning strikes. It's happened. I don't have a goalkeeper on the bench and our goalkeeper's injured. I mean, Udikai has a goalkeeper rating of 3, which I think is actually quite good. So does Chevalier. Does anyone have a goalkeeper rating higher? This is one of those numbers that you never look at in Football Manager, but now is the moment where I have to look at it. It actually looks like we've got some pretty tall players who might actually be okay. Right, the highest we have is 3 so far. I am going to have to go through every player here. We've got a lot of players with a goalkeeper rating of 3. I'm feeling confident. Does anyone have 4? That's what we're looking for. We're looking for the magical number 4 for goalkeeper rating. Anyone at all? Anyone? No one has it. I'm thinking that Udikai might be the guy to go in goal. Because he's tall as well. Right, Felix. Felix. You've got 16 jumping reach. You're a born goalkeeper. Getting net, son. Right. Felix in... I mean, we now are playing without a proper goalkeeper in goal. So when we lose this, it doesn't matter about the rotated team. That wasn't a factor. The real factor was the fact we had a centre-back in goal. Udikai's quite good with the ball at his feet. We should play him as a sweeper keeper, really. I mean, we do need to be very... I mean, do I play more defensive now? Do I try and limit the amount of shots they have? Is that the best way to approach? I feel like the game's lost now. Because outfield players in goal in FM just don't function like that. They just literally don't work. There's only one thing to do in this situation. Sweeper keeper on attack. Tactical change. Yep, confirm that. Have sweeper keepers always been able to be put on attack? Or is that because he's an outfield player playing in goal? I feel like that's not a thing normally. Am I wrong? Did they change that in the update? I feel like I'm wrong. I feel like it is in the game. I just never play with sweeper keepers in FM because why would you? See, normally keepers like get a little knock of an injury. They don't have to just go off completely. I mean, we can still win this. I still believe. Go on, Danny Agude. Look at him, the Frenchman. The Flying Sausage. I don't have a better nickname for him. The Flying Sausage. What is that? What is that? The Flying... I'm just making up expressions now. I mean, he had it covered. He had it covered, did Felix. I don't like this game. I can't believe a goalkeeper got injured. I think the only time that's ever happened on stream before was when I was managing Wolverhampton Wanderers. I think in that situation we had 3 goalkeepers and they were all injured. The Flying Baguette. Yeah, I don't know why I've gone with sausage there. Just got sausages on the mind apparently. Right, I mean it's only 1-0. I feel bad for Felix, I'll be honest. This is not where he's meant to be playing. He's the Phil Jagielka of France. I want to check something real quick. Does Phil... Does he have... Oh, it's not going to show because he's just... Oh, S. Collins donated. Thank you very much, dude, for your $6.93 donation. Can we get some love in the chat? I do appreciate it, dude. Thank you very much. Hopefully you're enjoying the stream today. Because Jagielka's a coach now, I can't actually see what his goalkeeper rating was. Right, Clay Edson, Agude. Why am I commentating this? This is the pointless highlight to start the half. There you go. It's over now. It's over. Can we make something happen? Alex Pinto down the right-hand side. Look at him go, the Portuguese maestro. Agude. Go on, Danny boy. The Flying Baguette. You can't make it. The Flying Baguette. It doesn't roll off the tongue. Not that Flying Sausage does. Decas, finish that! Boldan. Argentine. The Argentine... We'll just name them all after sausages. That's how we'll do this. The Argentines... No, let's not do this. Let's cut it out right now, Jack. You're being silly. Gledson. Out wide to Boldan. I mean, he's just dribbled straight into his own man. It's gone well for us. Apparently Jagielka has a goalkeeper rating of 2. I'm underwhelmed now. I mean, Jagielka, I think, kept a clean sheet once playing in goal for Sheffield United. I think he got subbed on at half-time. Basically, what we're learning here is that I am Neil Warnock, where you don't have a goalkeeper on the bench, because why would you want a goalkeeper on the bench when you can have more players? I'll be honest, kind of surprised that we kept them to 1 shot on target all game. Unfortunately, it was the shot on target that went in, but let's not dwell on that. Oh no, they're going to score again, aren't they? Yeah, is that our old... Did I have this guy? No, it's another FM save. This guy's a really good signing in France. If you can pick it up, he's a good little player. It's all gone wrong. I'm actually going to quickly leg it and turn on a light in my room because the sun is setting and I don't want to just sit in darkness like an antisocial person. And who wants to watch this? Skip it. Right, move on. And I sit back down to see them score again. It's gone well, hasn't it, today? The one game where I'm like, let's put Sunday West back in goal. You know, he needs a bit more game time there. I mean, there's not a lot you can do in this game. I don't know why outfield players are so bad in goal in Football Manager. I know it's such a weird thing to complain about, but genuinely, they don't save a shot on target even with a good goalkeeper rating. The game's dead. I hate to break it to us all. I thought, you know, Felix Udekai, Felix, you know, he's like a cat. Cat-like reflexes. Cats are good in goal at stopping things. Like, you see those gifs where people like throw stuff at their cat and they stop it. That was the line of thinking. Turns out that line of thinking didn't work. I mean, at least he's doing a good job from goal kicks. Look at that one. Beautiful. Brings a tear to my eye. I could make more subs here. I probably should be making more subs. He should probably be taken off to cast to make sure he doesn't get injured. We'll take him off. Is there anyone else here I really want to protect? Bogey 1. Is that Bogey 01? Thank you for subbing. I've just butchered your name completely. I'm really sorry. Please tell me how to say it in the chat so I don't screw it up again. Can we score? Oh, Boldan, the comeback's on. I believe. Thank you very much for subbing though, dude. Can I get some love in the chat for that? I do really appreciate it, especially if you're watching today. You know, even if you're not subbing or donating, it's like I appreciate you guys watching because it's been such a long time since I streamed and stuff. It's really humbling to know that people do still want to listen to my beautiful voice. I mean, I say beautiful voice. Debatable, let's be honest. Very, very debatable. It's 3-1 though. I've just subbed off to Cass, so I've actually said the game's gone at this point. Oh, okay, Felix, stop the corner, I believe. Nkudu, edge of the box, don't let him shoot. I mean, if that had gone in, I wouldn't have been blaming Felix. It was almost an insane goal. Well, we've lost this 3-1. I don't feel like it tells the true story. They had 3 shots on target. They all went in. It's a minor problem. I'll be completely honest. It's minor issue when you have to put an outfield player in goal. But 3-1 to Metz is how it's going to go. I'm going to say aggressively. That was not good enough, boys. I'm not happy. What have you missed since I last uploaded? So, we are just continuing on literally from where the YouTube save last episode finished. Pretty much. I'm actually going to be uploading this entire VOD to YouTube. So, if you've missed anything or you want to catch it later, it will be up on YouTube at a later date. Been streaming for about an hour and a half. Since you were last here, we started actually with the game against United. So I think I'd played a few games off video, but we had some really rough results. We'd actually only won 1 of 4. But since then, we've actually bounced back quite well. We've beat United 2-0, beat PSG 2-0. We've just lost to Metz, and we're about to go into the second leg against Manchester United with a rested team, because I did rotate the team very, very heavily for the game that was coming up against United. I kind of made that decision there and then. I was going to be resting the team. So It's a little bit disappointing, that last result, but we're in a good position now going into this game where the team is pretty highly rested. There's a few players who I need to rest here and there. As you can see, I'm going through them now. But actually, we're going to be in a really good spot going into this game against United in terms of player fitness. Unfortunately, Francisco Trincao and Bula are injured, but Boldan's been doing the business for us, so it's actually been okay. I feel like I need to play Ovray more, you know. Because my scouts think star rating wise, he is better than Agude, who I've been playing a lot and has developed a lot with that first team football. I feel like I should be playing them both. Might have him on the bench for today's game. Can play centre attack in mid as well. What am I training him as? Inverted winger. That does make sense. I might train him to play centre attack in mid now. Question is, where would I want him to play? Maybe attacking midfielder? That would help with a few different areas of his game, especially his technicals, which are a little bit lacking. Also, his vision would be good to improve and off the ball. Attacking midfielder makes sense for Ovray. Oh yeah, we need to check the German Wonder Kid. Did we get the scout report in for him yet? No, that's an indicator of how many players have been scouted. So we have signed this guy without scouting him. I still don't know what his pros and cons are going to be. But, I mean, if you look at him, if you don't know how much I paid for him, write in the chat, how much would you pay for this guy? Because the deal's been done. I have signed him. He is going to be joining us. I'll give you a second. I'm pretty happy with the fee I've paid. I've not scouted him. He could turn out to be injury prone and inconsistent, and I'd still probably be quite happy with the player we've got for a player who's 17, turning 18 in the summer. Right, I'll give you a chance to guess. £5.5 million. It's like Cash in the Attic and, you know, those like antique shows where people come on not knowing how much a player's, well, something's worth, and then you reveal the value. But yeah, 5.5 million, which I think is a really, really good bit of business. Obviously, difficult to judge that until we get the scout report in. But he is only 17. His physicals are really good. Ambitious personality. Only a handful of stats below 10. You can see here, composure, long throws, which you really don't care about. Corners, again, don't really care about. Finishing would be nice to be better along with composure. But really, he's just consistent across the board. I feel like for 5.5 million, he represents value in the market, as some FM guy would say. I can't remember his name. It's escaped my mind. But yeah, value in the market. Oh, Benali injured. Hot young prospect. Came in live on stream. Calf strain. Not good. Not good. I feel like this year in FM, I don't know if it's just this Sochaux sake, because Sochaux do have good youth facilities. Feels like I get way more better young players than previously. I feel like in past FMs it was pretty rare that I got a good player through my academy, and I don't know if that's down to the team I've picked, the fact I'm playing in France where there are just better players, it feels like. But it seems quite noticeable, the difference in players. I think Monaco just won to leapfrog us in the league. West Ham sacked De Boer. Yeah, Monaco have just leapfrogged us. They're 1 point ahead. Only 7 games left of the season. The sack race is on. West Ham sacked De Boer. What's happening? I'm just curious actually to check what is happening in the Prem. Just curious. Let's see who's winning it. United top. Okay, so if we can beat United, that'd be really, really impressive because they're top of the league. It's actually not changed that much the overall league, has it? Looking at it, it's lots of teams you'd expect to be in here, still in the league. Considering we're 5 seasons in, I guess Bristol City going down. There's probably teams missing that I've not noticed who are surprising to get relegated. Yes, Newcastle, West Brom. Would you consider those surprising teams to get relegated? Probably not. Reading down in League One's kind of interesting. Is there anyone who's fallen completely off the map? I'm curious. Leyton Orient look like they're going to get promoted back to League One. And then Vanarama North and stuff is just random teams. Right. 10 players called up for international duty. Alexander-Arnold and Chilwell in the England squad. So Alexander-Arnold has got appearance there. Ben Chilwell in the England squad is weird. I don't like it. I can't believe I can't compare him to Boldan. That is actually annoying me a little bit. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm going to train Boldan to play left back. Because he could be quite good there as a complete wing back. Shame about his tackling and marking. But other than that, he looks really, really solid. We'll get him in and see what he can do, I think. So we beat United last time. Looking for another good result against them today. That's the dream. We'll see how we get on. If you got any score predictions, get them down in the chat. First leg was 1-2-0, but away from home now. I mean, if we score 1, they need 4. So part of me's thinking, just play on the front foot, play aggressive, play to attack. The team we're going to go with, Lafont in goal. Very good player for us this year. Average rates haven't been superb, but then I feel like for goalkeepers and Football Manager, they never really are. So I can't judge that too much. Chilwell, of course, at left back. Centre backs, we're going to go with Felix Udokai. Alongside him, we're of course going to go with Rafael Diarra. I think they make a really good partnership, those two players. Chevalier going to be shielding them at centre defensive mid. The best player in our team by an absolute country mile. This guy is absolutely insane. Alexander-Arnold out at right back. Centre mid, we are going to go with Rune Blond. Ahead of him, centre attacking mid, it's of course going to be Almada. Out on the left, we go with Rainy Adelaide, the one and only. He's been in superb form this season. And up top, it is going to be Ducasse. Do I want Kubik or do I want Millet to play alongside him? I'm actually thinking Millet. I've not really decided which of these two players I prefer, which might sound really odd. I mean, Kubik's a little bit better in terms of, well, you can see here, first touch and passing. And his mentals are marginally better, but I quite like the pace that Millet has. And in a game like this one, where we're going to be potentially looking to hit them on the break, I actually think Millet might be the better pick, so we're going to go with him. I could play counter. It's not my style. They're playing 4-4-2. Our formation picks holes in 4-4-2. So that team, can we just discuss this team? This team, De Gea, Tierney, Barley, Regani, Lindelof, Arthur's absolutely insane this year. Pogba, Isco, Volland, Rashford. I mean, this team is just insane. Holy crap. Like, if you were picking like a draft mode team, this would be like a good team. Like, to just draft like a dream team. I mean, I'm scared. I'm cold, frightened and afraid. I'm going to tell the players, let's not get complacent. Holy crap. The team that you're not... No wonder they're top of the league. I mean, right. I'm playing on the front... I'm playing a front foot football. This could backfire spectacularly, but 1 goal means they need 4. And that's how I want to look at things. I like to look at, you know, the playing positive, being... Well, you can see here, 60% of possession after 10 minutes. We've got into this game. We're relaxed into this game. Granted, that possession stat is now a little bit more even, but... I don't know, I feel like this is okay as a start. Arthur at the edge of the box. We signed him for Liverpool. Oh my gosh, he's just scored a screamer. He just scored a screamer. Why? I mean, is this how it begins? Arthur, the Brazilian, picks it up from Pogba. I mean, it's an absolute banger. There's not a lot you can do about that. No tactical changes stop that going in. Millet out on the right, crosses it. 1 goal, then they need 3 more. That's the way you have to look at it. Blond's there, hits the woodwork. Alexander-Arnold, Millet. Get it in. They clear it away. Oh my gosh, don't hit us on the count. Not like this. Kevin Volland bringing it forward. We've just hit the woodwork. Surely not. Surely not. Almada, just clear it. That'll do. To Millet. The out ball. Look at the pace he's got. This is why we've got him over Kubik. He's a little more mobile when we break away. Send Barley off for that. That was disgusting. I mean, United have already ruined my day once for me. They can't ruin it again, can they? Can we get some pressure on the man? Nope, we're going to let him get the ball in. Rashford near post. 3 players all run for the ball. Oh my god. What are we doing? What are we doing? Why are we all ball chasing? We've had more of the ball. We've hit the woodwork. And then they score like that. Why are 3 of you going to the ball and then not getting back in position? Rafael Diarra, you wazzock. Oh, God. It's all gone horribly wrong. We still need the away goal. It's too late to play counter. I've committed to this life. I still believe that we're creating chances. Ducasse. Millet. I mean, it's an interesting pass to nobody. I mean, can we learn to defend? Rashford's through. Lafont stops it. He stops it again. He's the best in the game. He's the best in the game, is Lafont. And we clear it away for now. I mean, I don't know if this... Would this be classified as a bottle when you're Sochaux on a shoestring budget taking on the team top of the Premier League? Maybe it would be from 2-0 up. I feel like it's a harsh bottle. We didn't expect to win this. I feel like a bottle. I mean, Ducasse's got a tight calf and wants to come off. Are you kidding me? It's a tight calf, son. Chevalier boots it up to nobody. Almada wins it though. Ducasse. Just boot it up to Millet or Ducasse. They've got pace. That's all that we have. Let's play this like it's FIFA 11 and it's all pace abuse. Udokai. Chilwell. At least we're having a lot of the ball. We just need to do more with it and not give it away there. Kevin Volland coming through. Don't let him do this. Don't. There we go. Relax. Relax. Ducasse with his tight calf. Oh, diddums. I probably should actually sub him off at half time. I mean, technically, this is still going to extra time. We've not bottled it yet. I'm going to bring in Kubik for Ducasse. I'm sorry, Ducasse, but you're injured, apparently. Blonde's had a really poor game at centre mid. Another issue we have got here is that we don't really have impact subs. Like, our subs are just good young players who have the potential to be really good for us, but aren't quite good enough to play regular first-team football at the level that we play at in Europe. And so I haven't got, like a load of options. Kubik is probably the ace of our sleeve. You look across the rest of the bench, players like Almeida can do a job for us. Fuchs can do a job for us, and so can Perez. But the likes of Orvre, Boldan and Kliedson, they're very good young players who will, in the coming years be good enough for this kind of game. But right here and now, they're just not that level. Got a set piece to deal with. We do head it clear. Only as far as Bailey. And now it's with Isco, who whips it in. Deal with that. Saved onto the post, I think. Chilwell gives away the corner. It was actually quite good defending by him. But another set piece to deal with. Ball whipped in. Headed away. Let's not let Rashford do anything here with it. Diarra nods it away. Only as far as Arthur. Not like this. Not like this. Just get it out. Pogba. Speculative, I think, is the best word to use to describe that. Half an hour left. This game still on course to go to extra time. They have taken off Isco. I mean, that's kind of them. Thing is, 1 goal and they need 2, and then I would go defensive, as odd as that sounds. But right now, we are having more of the ball. We are creating stuff still. Alexander-Arnold to Kubik down this right side, on off the bench. Millet's there, heads it straight into De Gea's hands. It's such a good chance. Such a good chance. I'm going to take off Blonde for Almeida. I actually think we might want to go... we might want to get rid of retained possession and play more direct. Is what I'm thinking. Right, 20 minutes left of this game. Almeida's on. I'm going to hold on to the last sub for now. So even if they score one, the complexion of the tie doesn't really change for us. We still have to score. Unless we want to take it to penalties. But trying to aim for penalties is stupid. Seven minutes left. I mean, whoever scores here... What are you doing that for, you... Fuck! Why? Why would you do such a stupid foul? Okay. Well, Perez, you're coming on. What do I want to do here? Can Rainy Adelaide play centre mid? He can, okay. This could be worse in terms of situations I've been in. But I have got to kind of change the system here. Now we go counter. Now we have to go counter, unfortunately. Cubic, complete forward and attack. Melee, I could just go double complete forward. Let's not do that. Let's go advance forward and complete forward. Mida play advanced playmaker. Rainy Adelaide centre mid on attack. I think. I want to swap around which side these guys play on. Actually, Almeida, go centre mid support. Ah, we've fucked ourselves here, haven't we? Such a stupid foul as well. We can't work the ball into the box anymore. We've got to try and hit them on the counter. I want us to sit deeper but close down more. Let's not get too expressive. Then we're going to have to start time wasting. Oh, I can't believe that. What are we doing? Felix he's been sent off and played in goal this week. It's not the usual week of a centre back. I mean, we've taken it to extra time. I actually think that's quite a good achievement. If you told me at the start of the draw, I'm far from pleased, boys. Good reaction. I mean, I'd just take it to penalties if we can, but I feel like we've actually done better since we've gone a man down, which is a little puzzling. I mean, 15 minutes to go of this. Just time waste the world away. Time waste it all. I could do a little cheeky team talk from the touchline, couldn't I, here at this point? Right, boys. All positions. Encourage. 15 minutes! 5 minutes! We can do it! I believe! It's a miracle. It's a miracle. We've actually just, like, shut down United without having any players. I'm not even mad. Not even mad. Right. There was the extra sub. I forgot about that. Right. Penalties. Concentrate on the here and now. Come on, bottle it. Save it. Oh, he's gone the right way. He's gone the right way. Come on, Cubic. Start us off right. Start us off right, my friend. Check this out from the Czech International. I hate this game. I can't believe it. Right, we need someone to miss for United now. Rashford scores. It's not looking great. Rainy Adelaide, don't miss this. We can't miss the first two after they score two. That's not going to work. What are we doing? What are we doing? It's over. It's over. We've held out so well in regular time to just throw it away in the shootout. We'll probably miss this one. I'm just going to miss everyone. It was going so well. You know, we beat United first leg. I mean, we need them to miss all their penalties and we have to score all ours. Mile's just going to smash it over. I have no faith. Okay, he scored. I actually don't think we played that badly across the two legs. I feel like it's a little harsh. The fact that we couldn't get that one away goal and I kind of bagged on it is kind of the issue. I mean, United are about to ruin my day twice in a row. I'm not upset. I'm just disappointed. And there it is. I can't help but feel like the sending off has screwed us over there. That was unacceptable. Unacceptable. And we've lost it on penalties to the team who are top of the Premier League. It could be worse. I mean, you saw their team. It was insane. But tight calf. A tight calf. Fine. At least we got some nice money. Right. That's the silver lines we have to look at here. Can I have some more money, please, board? We already asked for money. They're not going to give me more. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. It was going so well. It could have gone so much better. But alas, we lose. 2 games in a row. Ah, that's annoying. That is annoying. I actually think I'm going to end the stream here, guys, because we've been going for about 2 hours. My voice is giving out a little bit, and I do want to get some food and stuff. I haven't had anything to eat yet today, so that's usually something that a human being should do. I might stream later this evening. As I mentioned, like, there's a few other games that I want to try out streaming. We might try streaming some of those. So if you're interested to see those, keep an eye out. I'll probably tweet about it when we go live. If you're watching this on YouTube, I do hope you enjoyed this stream stuff. Obviously, you can check out the Twitch channel at twitch.tv/workthespace, or follow me on Twitter at workthespace to kind of get notified when I go live and all that jazz. But yeah, just massive thank you to you guys who have been watching live, and obviously if you've watched till this point and you've been watching throughout the entirety of this for the last 2 hours, I do appreciate it. I would like to make this more regular. I kind of talked a little bit earlier on in the stream about kind of the lack of videos and what I've been going through in terms of just a bit of burnout. I feel like it's kind of a normal thing to go through, but I must admit, I quite enjoyed just sitting down and streaming it today. It's kind of funner for like when you're doing stuff like this. I think people don't realise the time that it takes sometimes to do videos and FM on YouTube. You know, for example, this might have been one episode that I've just recorded if I was to do the United and PSG games, and it probably would have taken the best part of 3 hours to record, edit and render. It kind of all adds up, whereas streaming is quite nice. Just hit go live and ramble away. But anyway, yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. I will be back later with something else, I think. And yeah, other than that, stay safe, and I'll see you guys later.